Good morning, everybody. My name is Erik Braund, and I'm from Katmai Tech, and I'm here to tell you a little bit about something we've been building for the last 3 years. It's an exciting day for us. I think there's roughly 10 people from Katmai here. It's our first day, first time on stage presenting our company in America, that we exist. So I just want to thank my team for sticking with me for the last 3 years in submarine mode, and thank everybody here for coming to take a look at what we're up to. So we've had an interesting 3 years building a technology, and the technology I'm going to show you today, and the next piece of that journey is taking that technology and turning it into products and bringing those products to market and getting users. And this is the fun stage of our company today. We really like to benchmark ourselves saying the thing we're doing here right now, all of us sitting together in a room, in real life, IRL, is the preferred method of talking, getting to know each other, making eye contact with each other, the spontaneity of being together. Then on the other end of the spectrum with the remote work change is meetings and meeting software. So we've got IRL here and we have meeting software over here. And meeting software saved the world in the pandemic, in my view. It kept us all moving, it kept the global economy moving. But meeting software very specifically is a scheduled meeting at a time and a place with a finite group of people that were invited to that meeting, right? And we think about what was great about the office, camaraderie, being together, mentorship, opportunities to kind of sit in on other interactions, just the things that are spontaneous and the things that build culture about being together. And so rewind 3 years ago, and I've got this ragtag team of really like-minded, smart folks with a really interesting, big idea. And we're in 10 hours of time zones. So we're from Alaska, I'm in New York, to the Netherlands, and we're talking about how are we gonna work together on this technology idea that we have? And it's kind of, well, I tell you what, how about if you log in and I log in, and we'll be there together, and it's kind of an open line of communication. And we tried that, and then we added more people to the team. And before you know it, there's 10 of us, and we're kind of working in an office inside of our engine. We're building an engine. And what the engine does is it combines audio and video into 3D environments, serves them up easily on your web browser. So there's no headset, there's no cartoonish avatar of you. It's just you. We want to celebrate. It's you. And it's the hardware that you have. So we found ourselves building a company, functioning like we were together. And one day I was like, oh, we have an office product, I think. No, we do. We have an office product. and we've been operating our company for 3 years, fully remote, in our software, in our product. And we think about this conversation of work from home and the raging argument about return to work, return to office, RTO. And I'm here to tell you that I think those can be the same thing. I think that work from home and and return to office can coexist, and it doesn't have to mean we're all packing up and commuting into the office. I think the article on Monday that came out that said there's actually a provable 50% reduction in your carbon offsets by not leaving your house to go to the office. And that's important. That's an important piece of information. So what Katmai has brought us as a company, as a fully remote company, is culture, is togetherness. It really has harnessed togetherness virtually. And there's an interesting kind of start and stop to the workday that happens. It's not this ongoing workday. It's like, hey, I log in, I go to a place, I can interact with my team, and I log out and I leave. So what I'm going to do now is take you into our virtual headquarters, into our office. So I'm just in the Chrome browser here. I'm logged in. This is a first-person experience. The video in the upper right there is just the confidence monitor. I can see, how's my hair? Better than normal because someone just touched it up for me. I don't necessarily want to look at myself, especially from this view right here, but now I can hide that and I don't have to look at myself. Now I'm focused on who am I with? Who am I engaging with, and what am I doing? I'm right now in a conference room. So I'm going to open the door of that conference room, and I'm going to start driving around. And so you're going to see bubbles of people. These are our Katmai team. This is, hey James. Oh wait, am I on mute? I might be on mute.
Hello, Erik.
Oh, I'm on mute. So, okay, interesting. James, you wouldn't happen to be on the other side of that wall right there, would you?
You can tell from my background, I'm right here at TechCrunch.
James is not in New Jersey. He's on the other side of that wall, but he is in our office right now. James, we'll come back.
Afterwards, they should come to the booth when they leave.
Okay, I'll be
tell them.
there. The booth is right outside. We'd invite you to come take a try yourself.
It's just here. It's just right here.
So here, let's go say hi to Wes and Grace and Liam. So right there, Wes and Grace and Liam, they see me as a disc. They see me as a video and a disc. And they see me jumping up and down. That is, honestly, that's our love language in Katmai. That's the like, hey, I'm here. Do you mind if I come in? So, do you mind if I barge in?
Not at all.
Get out of here, Erik.
All right. So we've got Grace, Liam, and Wes. We've got California, New Jersey, and California. Those three people were in a meeting. And this is not staged. This is our office. This is how our office works. I've just entered the office and barged in on a meeting. You see in the lower right there of our screen where it says there's 4 participants. That's who can hear me. So that's a list. They have that list too. I show up on their list as well. So if I back out of that zone, right now TC4 can hear me. That's TechCrunch. That's James, because he's floating around. There he is. Oh, you again. So I'm back in this thing, and I say, you know what? I want to close the door because I really don't want James to hear what we're going to say about him, even if it bounces off that wall and he can hear it out there. No, it signals, hey, we're in a conversation now, much like in real life. You would close the door, and that means, hey, I'm here, but I'm in the middle of something. I'm in a conversation. Why don't you guys demonstrate what that looks like from the outside? So I'll leave here. So if those three are in a meeting and they really don't want to be bothered, I literally can't navigate in there. But please. And now I'm back in, and we can, would you mind demonstrating a screen share for me, maybe 1 or 2 of you? And so we have also, there's an interesting challenge that happens. So again, we really benchmark ourselves against in real life. So we speak in terms like, hey, meet me over here. And it's really about being here together or with people in a place. So right now, what I would say is we're having a meeting. There's 4 of us having a meeting. And in the 3D world, it can be hard to see everyone in an easy way. So we have this nifty little feature that just says, hey, I'm in a meeting now. And whoever's in the zone gets placed so it's an easy to see kind of arrangement there. And I can see, okay, Grace has got a little promo going here showing our website. Do we want to know what Liam's up to? All right, he's at ESPN. Wes, are you still car shopping? All right.
No,
I guess Wes is
no.
getting a record deal. So, and now, thank you 3 for letting me barge in. So when I leave this zone, you'll see those screens disappear. They can still all see them, but I'm not in the zone, so I don't have permission to see those. I can drive around the rest of the office here and see. I see there's Jason and Bazad having a meeting, 2 of our software engineers. Jason, I'm going to grab Jason. Jason, good morning. Bazad, good morning.
Hey.
Good morning.
Jason, I want you to know I just got a big yawn on like a 40-foot TV. Sorry.
Oh, are you yawning?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm getting up too early.
And what's great about this is, so I've worked with Bazad for maybe 8 months, and I got to meet Bazad in California for the first time a few days ago. And it was such a wonderful, like, you know, he and I don't interact every single day in Katmai, but we work together in a place, and we have shared experiences through our coworkers because we share a place to be throughout the day, right? Gentlemen, nice to see you.
See you later.
There's Frank. Frank's over there. He's one of our DevOps engineers. Oh, here we go. Let's barge in on Ryan and Dane. Ryan and Dane, say hi to TechCrunch.
Hey, Erik. Hi, TechCrunch.
So Ryan's using one of our features here where it's a little bit more immersive with Ryan. He's got his background cut out, so it actually kind of feels like he's just sitting there on the couch. And one of the things that our customers and our users tell us is, it just feels different. Like having a meeting in Katmai just feels different. And we don't call ourselves meeting software. We are a virtual office. This product here is a SaaS product. It's a per month, per seat SaaS product. But we're in a meeting. We've just now had, I think, 4 meetings, and they were quick meetings and they were unscheduled meetings. We have scheduled meetings still. We have the recurring calendar of meetings, and we don't even put where is the meeting because it's obvious. It's just in our office. So drive around here a little bit more. And so the way the workday runs for us, and this is used different ways, but the way it kind of operates is you're at home. We have a shared set of hours that's kind of the general workday, which is East Coast time. Most of us are on the East Coast. And then you'll see, Michael, who's here, I'm going to call him out. Michael lives on a sailboat. He has lived on a sailboat for the over 2 years that he's been at Katmai. Michael has been with us in an office for 2 years also. And like, he described to me once, we're gonna work on the branding of this, but it was like the end of the week, it's like, I left the metaverse and I'm back in the meatverse. I'm back in real life now, I've left this place, right? But it always made me laugh because it is a feeling that happens of, you sit down, you crack your laptop open, you open your browser, and you go to a place with people that you work with. And you like look around and see what time of day is it, who's here? And throughout the day, so up here you see there's 25 people here. Katmai is roughly, I think we have 32 full-time employees at Katmai. And you'll see this number kind of grow and dip over the day because we have all these time zones. And we know, the gentleman that's in the Netherlands, we have access to him for the first 3 hours a day. But I have access to the gentleman in the Netherlands 3 hours a day in our office if we want to have spontaneous conversations. Could also fly to the Netherlands and spend some time with him, which I've done, but that cost me a week. And we got a good experience out of it, but it cost me a week of my life to go do that. And so we really just go back to this notion of return to office doesn't have to mean return to the large in-person office building. We've battle tested this now for 3 years as our own company, and now we have customers, and we're in a closed beta, but we have virtual office customers, and we're learning how they're using it, and some of them are in the predicted ways, and some of them are in different ways that we didn't expect. And what gets exciting about that is we know that people like using this thing when they start inviting in other people. And we know that people like using this thing when they invite in maybe a potential customer. We've gotten feedback that having a virtual office helped close business. They liked the way we worked. They liked our forward thinking. They liked how we could interact with each other. So we're seeing these interesting trends around the companies that are using this. And it's just a very exciting time for us because this country specifically is in the middle of this raging debate about return to work and work from home and work from anywhere. And we're kind of here to say, we think you can work from home and work from anywhere, and we think that you can do it in a technology that we've built, and a product that we've built that's served with a experience that you click a link in a browser and it loads. There's nothing to download, there's nothing to install. The ease of use is there. And then now, if I need to check my email and I need to work in other applications, I still have this open. I go park in an office, see if I could find an empty office. I'll park myself in a conference room, just to give you an example here. And if I don't want to be disturbed, I can close the door, and I'm here, I'm on the telephone, I'm replying to an email. Heaven forbid I'm on a different meeting software, but I'm still here, and everyone else that's at Katmai understands that I'm here. And now what's very important for us to think about is we don't think about this as like Big Brother or spy tech software to like clock in and clock out and keep track of your staff. It's kind of the opposite way. We think of this as like shoulder time. Like what were companies trying to get back even with a hybrid schedule? Shoulder time. We're here together. We can bump into each other. We can have some mentorship opportunities. We can do this. But by the way, if you don't come back to the office, we're going to check your records, and we're going to put that in your performance review. I know a gentleman that lives upstate New York, where I live, and he drives down to Manhattan 3 days a week, and he clocks in, and then he drives back home. I'm not kidding. So we don't really want to get into that part of this isn't to monitor your staff. This is to have access to your staff. This isn't to be monitored by an employer. This is to have access to your peers and be collaborative and creative and feel like you have culture and community and togetherness. And like one of the most interesting things that we've experienced starting fully remote, like we didn't all meet for 2 years and we finally met and it was not like meeting for the first time. It was like meeting an old friend. Like it truly gives you that. So one of the reasons we wanted to participate at TechCrunch and be here is because I think that there's a lot of companies here starting businesses that fit this ICP perfectly. It's like, oh, we work in tech and maybe we don't want to sign a lease. I looked at a lease in Manhattan just for the heck of it, and it was $14,000 a month for something not much bigger than my apartment. I just said, well, we don't need it, but like now we really don't need it. And as a startup, that's important for us to be responsible with how are we spending our money. The last bit that I'd really like to emphasize is this is about connecting people and celebrating you. And from a we work together and we're doing business and we're in a professional environment, the cartoon avatar for many people doesn't cut it or doesn't feel professional, let's say, right? But by grabbing the existing hardware you've got the camera on your phone or your tablet or your desktop, we all have it now, and it just presenting you in a place says, hey, this is us, and it just is a different level of connection, and it's not a Brady Bunch grid of squares. It's not a meeting, it's a place to be, it's a place to exist together. There are friendships that are formed. We've gotten a report that there was a first in-office relationship that happened for one of our customers. People have been hired in Katmai. Some of the feedback we get is, part of the reason I wanted to work here is because I liked the interview process in here. I got to just come in and spontaneously meet people. We think that's very interesting. So we're in a stage of learn. Oh, what does this guy want out here? I'm being bothered. Can I help you, James?
Hello.
So you could also have very distracting coworkers.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Sorry, we love James. I'll give you one more introduction to someone else here, and then we'll wrap this up. Chris, how you doing? James, how you doing?
How are you?
Hey, how's it going, Eric?
So I mentioned we're from Alaska to the Netherlands. Chris is part 2 of Alaska, so he actually lives in Alaska, but I met him in Alaska where I grew up. That's where the name Katmai comes from. And it's been really fascinating. I put a call out 3 years ago on a social media site of really vague, does anyone work in XYZ sort of language? And then the response was an emoji of a hand. And Chris and I knew each other, but not really. We didn't go to the same high school or anything. And I've developed such a intense working relationship and friendship through a webcam with Chris in this dynamic way of midnight, oh, just meet me in the office. We'll talk. Hey, you still in the office? And Pete, who's in the audience here, our creative director, Pete and I were the night owls for probably 2.5 years. And you're more likely to find either of us in our HQ than you are to reach us on our telephones or to reach us on Slack. It's you want to find us? Meet us in the office. So I'd really like to thank everyone for their time today and coming to think about another way to return to the office. We think there's a return to the virtual office. We think that it has the benefits of being together, but the real nice part about working from home or working from anywhere. So please do stop by our booth right over there, and thank you very much for your time today.